Okay, everybody, we're here again. Uh, I I promise. I've already talked to the Discord. I promise the ARP video will come out next. Um, this video was not expected, and well, it's been a little bit since the last video to this one, and a lot has happened. Uh, One thing, something I found out. Well, I met a new group. Okay, the chat room, the Discord server turned me on to a whole new area. I knew about it. Everybody knows about it. But if you are over 65 years old, or 60, actually, um, this definitely pertains to you in a big way. You could lose all your savings. Again, it depends on your intelligence level. Some of the things that these people talk old people into, I don't know how they do it.
Nice to see you. I will message you WhatsApp. Okay? Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Gracias.
But they do it. There's video of them doing it, and it's just mind-boggling. But anyway, they're good telemarketers. They're good salesmen. They're actually scammers, but I live in Vegas. I've been in Vegas, nearly 40 years, and so I've worked in a telemarketing agency. I've been in a boiler room. You know, I know, I know how it is. And scammers are the same thing. They're in a room like telemarketers at a computer with a phone. Well, most of them are all inbound. There's also outbound. But this is security related in a different way, um, in a different category. I don't think I don't know it falls under cybersecurity, but it definitely falls under uh, cyber criminal, if you want to call it that. I guess I could put it under that. But the the point of this video, what brought this video up, I got introduced to these people, and I have a chair. I might join them. I might not. I'm going to get into that right now. And yes, you see it, Obsidian. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Because every video, guys, I try to vary it. I talk about 4, 5, 10 different subjects, just to make it interesting for you all. But we are, like I said, I got to reiterate, we are going to get serious here. And let me say this right up front. The channel is going to be free still, trading to an extent. And this is what has changed. I've been turned on to this group of people, and they're called Scambaiters. They are professional, and I do not recommend this. I don't recommend definitely. Beginners shouldn't be doing anything remotely hacking unless it's a VM that they own, either on their computer or with me. Coming up, I got a service that I'm going to start doing that, or Hack the Box, or some service like that. Other than that, you have got like a long time, past 5 years, before you even think about getting paid to hack into a network or a computer. That's at the minimum, 5 years at a minimum. And that's if you put in hours every week, every day. If you put in 30 minutes a day or 30 minutes every other day, or whatever, well, you're looking closer to 10 years before you get there. But I got with this group, the Scambaiters. They hack um, scammers in India. Well, actually all over, but it's a big, well, not a big group, as far as I know, maybe 15, 20 people. Um, but they attack the scammers, and I guess it's voluntary. It's voluntary work. There's been some marathons put on. AnyDesk has put on or sponsored a hacking marathon with them, so they're able to shut down a lot of it, because a lot of the Indian scamming organizations, they use AnyDesk or TeamViewer to get remote control of old people's computers, and they put malware on them and everything. They said, oh man, you've been affected. You got viruses. You got hackers in your system. You know, we got to put a firewall on your computer. We got to put an antivirus on your computer, and you know, you know, it's going to cost you some money. Um, we need you to pay in Bitcoin. You know, don't worry. We'll talk you through it. It'll be okay. And they got money mules that pick it up, to pick the money up, and all that stuff. We're talking India. This is not the U.S. You know, criminal laws over in India are very lax. Well, India, China, Russia, United Arabs, Saudi Arabia, uh, anywhere over there. You know, it's a criminal playground. As long as you don't hack your own country, especially in Russia. It's legal to hack in Russia, but you try to hack any Russian or Russian company or obvious. Come on, guys, obvious. The Russian government or anyone. Um, that's taking your life in your own hands there. But yeah, it's free to do it. Over the country, as long as you do it to someone else. Don't do it to us. We are not USA. We are not the USA. If we catch you illegally hacking us, um, there's not going to be no trial. There's not going to be no jury. And when we catch you, pretty much no one is going to see you again after that. You just disappeared. So, yeah, you guys complain about living in the U.S. and how suck it is, and everything. And, left is this, right is that, Democrat, Republic, all that. Go live overseas somewhere. Go live in the Middle East. Go live in Russia. Go live in China. See how well your freedom over there does. I want to be a trans. I want to be gay. And nothing about it. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but it is bad if you're over there because you can't do that shit openly over in those countries. For they got courts. You know, it's they don't have courts. Even their courts are rigged. You know, whatever the authorities, law enforcement, police, government, whoever it is, whatever they think, that's how it's going to end up. But that was a wild ride there. That was a big digression. But anyway, I'm going to get into these people, and I might not because they have a vetting program. I'm going to get a. Well, I met one of the, I guess, moderators. I think she was a moderator. I don't know, but anyway, I met her on one of these scam sites. I think it was it SB or Jim Browning. I think it was SB. But anyway, I got on there because I watched their videos and I found out their Discord leak and went on their Discord and started talking to them. And they got very strict rules, stricter rules than I got. You guys think that my Discord channel has got tough rules? Um, these people are really locked up because the scammers over in India and UAE, they don't like these baiters because they're shutting them down. They're hacking their computers, hacking their CCTVs, and hacking the whole, you know, the whole call center. And they shut down one laptop or one CV. The person that's hacked doing the hacking. He's hacked into all of them, all the CTVs. He's got them in the hallways. He's got them in the boss's room. He's even hacked the boss's computer. He's hacked everybody in the whole place. But I shouldn't say he. Most all of them. Well, some of them do different things, but I'll get to that as we go, as I go through this story. And yes, I'm doing some editing in this video to, you know, follow along with the story. And you're going to hear. I might put the audio in some of them, but Well, actually, to give you guys an idea, here's one. This is one of the girls that's in this group. Well, before we get into this group vets people. I have to get on a video conference with them, and the mod that I talk to, she's going to set that up at some point. We don't know when. I got to have free time. They got to have free time. The people that are running these channels, they're very busy. Putting out videos, doing videos, producing them, and all that stuff. Unlike my videos, it takes a lot of time to actually produce a video. I'm going to do some video editing in this one, as you've seen, but not the whole video like they do. Um, but what was I saying? See, I was talking. I was going somewhere with that. Digressed again. But oh yeah, the girl talking. But anyway, this is one of the things that she does. Her name is called IRL Rosie, I believe, and she's a voice actor. Now, I'm experienced with voice actors, not in this, not in Israel. My my people know that I do porn. I do 3D uh, animated porn, and both novels and video. So yeah, we have voice actors that are in that area, different area. But anyway, um, she's going to be doing a thing here, and she just like I guess scares them. I haven't seen. I watched a couple of videos of her, and but I don't know the whole story behind her. But she doesn't do any hacking. I don't think. Um, but anyway, before I get lost again, let's hear from her real quick. Ready? Here you guys go.
My name is Alice.
You have reached the Microsoft Fraud Detection Department. By answering this call, you have helped us find your exact location. Thank you. To speak with a live representative, please press 2. Hi, this is Amanda with the Fraud Detection Department. How can I help you? Hello? Who am I speaking with? Hello?
Thanks for calling PayPal. This is Calvin. How may I help you?
Hello, Kelvin. I'm calling about an invoice of something that I didn't actually purchase, so I need a refund.
And when did you get this charge, ma'am?
I got the email. It says the 13th of June.
Okay. Let me help you with that. Can I get the order number?
It's C961.
Okay. And how often do you use your PayPal, ma'am? When was the last time?
Well, I use it
Have
for,
you placed any order from your PayPal recently?
I use it for birthdays and Christmas shopping and sometimes for my to-go order, my eats.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of her and what she does. Like I said, I haven't seen all her videos. I'm not sure if she does any hacking yet or not. I'll see. I'll watch more. Because I want to get used to. I want to get to know these people in case I do get in it. But like I said, on that topic, on that subject, um, all of these people, I'm pretty sure are ethical. They, either they've learned on their own, or they got took courses or got a degree or got certificates or whatever. Their story is. I don't know all their stories or anything, but like John Hammond, yeah, he's as ethical as they come. But they're ethical, and you know, you guys know my story. I don't want to get it. I don't want to do my. If any of you, all you new people, and especially if anyone in this anyone in this group is curious, just watch some of my previous videos. I talk about it, all over the place. My videos aren't structured. That's why I'm shocked as hell that this channel even took off. But anyway, um, yeah, we grew up. Well, not grew up. We came up in security on different sides of the fence. you know, I will cover this to prefix this for people that this is might be your first video that you're watching of mine. I did have a felony that I got back in the 1980s, way long before I got into computers, so it's not computer related. Um, but still, I got into computers in 1995, and I picked it up well. I got into malware. Then malware got me into software vulnerabilities. Then I progressed from that. Then I learned how to crack software. then it just kept on going, and then I learned how to break into computers from my malware research, because malware, that's what malware does. Malware controls computers. So that was my teacher. Malware was my mentor, because I reverse engineered it and everything, and I see what it's doing, and it takes you step by step what it's doing and everything. So you're like, oh, that's how you break it. Oh, that's how you do that. Oh, that's how you do that. Oh, whoa, I didn't know I could do that. And that's what taught me. Um, so you could say I was taught by malware authors and foreign nations, because I ended up getting Stuxnet, the malware between United States and Israel to attack Iran's centrifuges. I reverse engineered that. That had 40 days in it. Well, actually more than that, but um, four that most people knew of. But so that's what taught me. That's how I learned, and I just progressed from there. And I kept getting malware of different kinds, doing different things, PDFs, Excel sheets, everything, video files, and that got me into, file metadata and all kinds of other stuff. But anyway, for up until from 1996 till probably 2006, 7, somewhere in there, I was an illegal hacker. Not, nothing, detrimental. Just curious. I did hacking into computers, looking around, seeing what I could find, and if I found something cool or a cool document, or I did learn about some top secret documents, but yeah, the organization that I work for, they knew about that. After we became buds, or supposedly, I told them and I showed them the documents and everything. And I mean, what are they going to do? I've already had them for I don't know how many years at that time. And, I already knew what they were and everything. So, and I still have them. But so yeah, that's my road. And that, I got a chance to flip because of the DoD. They gave me a chance to, be an independent security researcher, a contractor, if you will, subcontractor, for them. And I went on from there. Then I called myself an independent security researcher, because that's what I was. I was independent. But I don't know how this group is going to take it. When we get on video chat and everything, because I can't prove nothing. I can't do anything. Like I said, I'm in an NDA now. When I was a contractor, TS CSI clearance. So, and that's a lifetime NDA. There's no expiration to it. It's until you die, because you well, it depends on what you did, but you could have come across information that was national security related and stuff, and nobody should know, and all that stuff. You guys get it, but that's why it never expires, because you got access, or could have access, or come across stuff that nobody else in the world really needs to know. And if you do need to know, then you know. So, um, I can't talk much about that. So I can't really prove much. I don't have a resume or anything, because I've never worked in the industry legally, on payroll or anything. Well, you know what? But since we're on that topic, and since I'm a storyteller, and you guys have watched this on, let me run over that real quick, because it has come up in the chat. Um, I didn't get paid, and that's because I had a felony. Uh, and you don't get into the fairness and I got screwed and all that stuff, because here, let me break this down to you. They knew about me, obviously. And at the time, there was really something highly secretive going on, and they needed malware, a specific kind of malware, get kind of not as big as Stuxnet, but they need something highly specific, and they needed to research it. And so I had that I had the malware knowledge, and I had the knowledge, the advanced knowledge of breaking into systems, software, and stuff that no one's broken into before. Because I've done that, and that was my strength. I picked up, cracking software and breaking software and stuff. I picked that up from all the malware that I've studied, and all the different things and stuff that I knew that malware does. And so they needed that skill set, and they knew I had it, and that's how they got to hire me. But in that process, plausible deniability, let's say, and other things. It was a win situation for them, but it was a win situation for me too. Um, they weren't going to pay me because look, they said, look, you're a felon. You've tried to work in the industry before. They did a background check. They found out about you, and they fired you, immediately. Uh, so that's not going to work. You've got all this ability and skill and everything, and you are just not going to work in this industry. Plain and simple. That. We know that. Everybody knows that. But we can hire you, because we're all about secrecy. No one to know that you work for us. Not even, the higher ups above us, because we've got agreements too. Yes, we're DoD subcontractors and everything, and we've got security clearances with NSA and people that employ us and everything, but it's got leeway in it because everybody needs denial liability from the top all the way down to the bottom. The NSA, then Department of Defense, then Department of Defense hires us, we hire you, but there's a separation level at each one of those levels, and it's just that plausible deniability. The NSA makes a deal with the DoD, but they've got a contract, secret contract there for plausible deniability. They know, that they're hiring them, but they also know that there's a lot that the DoD is going to do that the NSA doesn't know about. Now, do they try to know about? Yeah, they do, but that's a never-ending game in intelligence. And then the same with the DoD to the DoD contractor, and then it's the same with the DoD contractor to me, the subcontractor, consultant, outside consultant, third party, whatever name you want to put to it. And on top of that, if someone did find out, or suspected that I worked for everything, I got a felony. They would never say, oh, the government, yeah, he's not going to work in security. Government wouldn't hire him anyway. He's a felon. How could they trust him? And that's a good question. That is a good question. And I'm not boasting here myself, but that would be a good question if I was a normal person. But as far as my skill set goes with malware vulnerabilities and stuff like that and getting into computers, nobody knew how good I was at it except them. And that was the difference above everybody else. Now, not everybody else, the CIA, the NSA, NASA to an extent, a lot of them, you don't, there are people that apply to them and get hired, sure, but for a lot of the higher positions in secret, they usually come to you before you do. You haven't even thought about being hired. The same situation with the Blackjack Card County team. I didn't even know that beating Blackjack existed. They found me through my SAT scores, and they came to me and everything. And the Department of Defense contractor was the same way. They came to me. But this is a long sidetrack again off the topic that I wanted this video to be, and I wanted it much shorter. But this is how things go, guys. I can't help it because there's a lot to me to explain for you guys that like my videos and stuff, and it's just too much to explain. And even if even with the stuff that I have to leave out and can't say, there's still a lot that I can say and explain that is an interesting as hell story, I'm sure. Um, not for me though. But like I'm the one that lived it. That's the different. Obviously it's not exciting to me, but it's strange, mind you. And I've seen some crazy stuff. But anyone, your your homicide detective that works at the police station, he's seen some crazy stuff too. We all have when we're in this type of business. But back to the thing, these scammers in India, they're taking serious advantage of older people and raking them for everything they got basically, and they don't care. They absolutely just don't care. They a lot of them laugh about it, when they do it, when they get the money and it's done and everything. And these are people, they're 60, 70, 80. This is their life savings. It's what they have to live on. You know, and it's kind of sad. But again, see, I just thought about it again. I got away from me being in this group. Like I said, I don't know if it probably won't happen. I'm going to guess. Because I'm from the other side of the tracks. I started as a legal person at first, and so that ethical problem, they're going to have to debate with, and there's not a lot known about me as far as my abilities and stuff, and a lot of it I won't show, because it's profiling. Um, I know I can be profiled, and so as a hacker, the things that made me different and everything, I have changed all of that from way back then. It's all totally different. Well, it's a different time. We got better computers. We got Kali. I didn't have Kali Linux, or Linux, even Ubuntu, or any all that stuff. RimNex, Flax. The OS, the hacking platform that I use, Professional Hackers Linux Assault Kit. That's the OS that I don't use Kali Linux for my personal stuff. But I'm doing Kali for the people in it, and I won't show anyone Flax. Okay, don't ask. I'm not going to show you. You're not going to see it and everything. The distro is out there if you want to get it yourself. It's going to be it's not going to resemble anything, and that's why no one's going to see it, because mine has been customized over the last 24 years. It doesn't even look like Flax anymore, but it is down to at its kernel level, and it is. There's just a lot of stuff that I've developed and programmed and created and stuff for it, my own tools and stuff, and made it mine basically. But that's what I wanted to say. And I found out another point for the main point for here we are toward the end of this video. The main point for this video here is these guys, well, the mod that I was talking to and my own research that I looked into, she told me that these channels don't get monetized by YouTube. And so I'm like, wow, okay. And then that got me thinking. And so I did some more research. And basically I found out that none of the security channels get monetized, because in a way it violates YouTube's terms of service. So I was like, wow. And so that's what made me change of direction, where I'm going to have my own membership, and a lot of the things that I'm going to do in my membership is what Hack the Box does. But I'm going to set up my own cloud system, my own networks, my own IDSs and everything. We're gonna have Cisco routers in there. We're gonna have switches, and you guys are gonna see all the stuff. And it's going to be set up a lot different than any other VM that you guys have been in. I'm going to have access, same as Hackbox. You're going to log into my membership and everything. Then you're going to SSH into the cloud, and it's going to be all set up for you there. And you guys can explore and do whatever exercises that I set up for you, but it's just going to be different. And that's all I'm going to tell you guys. It's up to you guys to explore it and find all the CTFs and goodies and bonuses and stuff. But and yes, before anyone asks, I could make my own VM for Hack the Box, like many security people have done. But how I would make it and stuff, again, we're down to rules. It's not going to pass their rules on some of the things that I might set up in there or do, or have you guys do for the experience. That's all, just for the experience. So yeah, I wouldn't be allowed to. I'm pretty sure of it. And I don't want to cut it down. They might say, well, you can't do that, or you're going to have to cut it down some. And what I'm doing, is of a level up here, and they want it to be cut down to like here. And why do it then? Why am I doing it then? So that's going to be, and that's again just to help support the channel, because I'm going to put out what I can for free, like the network part right here, ARP, and I'm going to be covering 15 protocols. In the first video, ARP, um, I'm gonna teach you guys ARP and the basics of it. There might be a part 2 and a part 3 of it, but I don't know yet. But I am going to bring up some other protocols and stuff in that, and you're going to see some ARP Storm and some Wireshark captures of that and everything. We're going to talk about it. But like I said, there's tons of protocols out there, and you guys are going to come across them. I can't go, I can't have talk about all of them. We'll be here forever. So I'm only doing the top 15 protocols that you'll most commonly come into all the time. Like ARP, FTP, SSH, stuff like that. But and then other stuff, Patreon, of course. There's going to be some stuff on my Patreon that I'm going to do that I wouldn't be able to do on YouTube at all, probably. Well, even though it is on YouTube, it's going to be unlisted and it's going to be protected behind what the hell is that name again? Okay, Patreon. Yeah, it's going to be protected behind Patreon's place that you got to log into. And yeah, I know people can find the URL, the unlisted URL and stuff. Not as easily anymore, but it's findable. And if I wanted to, if too many people started posting the URLs to the unlisted videos and stuff, then I'll just move it to Vimeo or something, and they can lock it down. Cost a little bit more to use that service, but you won't be able to download the videos and you won't be able to record them. Well, yeah, you'll be able to record them, but my people aren't going to be that advanced. And the people that are that advanced to know how to record them and stuff really don't need to be watching my videos anyway, because they already know the shit. So why are you paying to see my videos? You already know it. Pointless. So yeah. But that's all this video was intended to be. Took a long, drastic, run around. I hope it was enjoyable for you guys. Hope it was entertaining. Um, since people are chatting in the, they want to know what some of the rewards are in the Patreon tier. I'll have to get to that. I'll get to that later. Oh, there is one thing else that I wanted to show you guys, but well, let's just do that. We've been sitting here staring at Obsidian the whole time, right? But I just started this for my channel because eventually we're going to go over all the stuff you see in the sidebar there and get to it. But I've been building it up and everything like you normally would build up, research and stuff in Obsidian. But what we're going to get into is what you guys are going to find out that you're not going to find this out. And like I said, this stuff, when this gets bigger, like you guys can see. But anyway, right now it's only up to 12 folders, but that's going to go to probably 75 or 100 folders, by the time I'm done. And it's going to have all kinds of shit in it. And it's going to look like a maze, but it's going to be visual, and you guys will be able to visually see how a lot of stuff is connected in the world. I'm talking in the internet, because you're going to see patterns and clusters and stuff. And because of that, let's take a look right now, real quick, using Obsidian. With all I have here, let's jump over to the graph. And like I said, this is just a start. But you, you can see this big blob in the center. Obviously, you can see right there, it's cryptocurrency. And these are all, all the different, well, this is going to grow too. But, Ethereum is here, but, you can see a lot of them are here. And then on the outside of this is your dark web, your clear web, and companies, organizations, top YouTube security channels, we got everything going. U.S. State Department of Defense, Jedi program. This is government stuff, guys. Uh, don't ask about these things. I'll cover them a little bit, as we get to them and stuff. But yeah, we got the Jedi program here, Cloud Service Provider or CSP, JWCC, which leads, because that's an acronym, then it leads to the abbreviations and acronym panel. Zero Trust Strategy, that also is a government thing, and how a new thing, it's related to JWCC, but also related to a whole thing going on with Amazon, Google, and Microsoft and all that. But anyway, we'll get to that too. Network interfaces, which connect to ARP, but we're going to be getting into some ARP and network interfaces, MAC addresses and stuff. Down here at Cybersecurity enters the boardroom, which is linked to Cybersecurity Risk Management Nigeria, and each one of these little nodes right here that I'm reading to you guys, that's going to expand also into a much bigger group as things get connected, and then you'll see that all these little things on the outside will have their own little group like this and everything. And then you'll see that there'll be ties from one group to another group going back and forth. And you can see, I don't need to go any further in this. You guys can see the kind of patterns and connections and stuff that you can make when you're doing this in a logical manner to connect things together, using the tools that Obsidian uses, to allows you to, connect links and connect pages and stuff like that. You can see how this can grow out. And like I said, I got other research, malware research, and software vulnerability. Each one of those has a file folder. See, this one's called Cybersecurity, but I have a malware also that is like hundreds of folders deep. And since Obsidian's come out, I've transferred a lot of the information that I already had and everything. I put that into Obsidian, classified it and everything, and I've been going from there on top of all the information that I had prior to Obsidian being made, and I've grown with Obsidian. And if you guys were to see those files and the graph like this, it'd blow you away. And you'd know that there's a lot of things that don't make sense to me as an independent security researcher. Like North Korea. North Korea a lot of malware gets blamed by the government, or the government is blaming, and the security industry itself, like bleeping computers and other big, reporting agencies and stuff, are saying that this software is coming from a North Korean group called Lazarus. And my graph just doesn't show that. It doesn't show that. That's all I'm going to say on that topic. But yeah, my mind and the way I think when I see something like that, I got to start digging further. I'm like, what's going on here? And so, yeah, that's my independent security researcher. I do my own research, so that catches my attention. This puzzle pieces don't fit here because nothing's connected really. There are things connected to this malware, but North Korea and Lazarus isn't one of them. But yeah, it takes me down that rabbit hole, and my graph gets built even bigger from that research that I do. So these are the things, the little tools and things and stuff that keep me that make me different. Well, not different, just in the stuff that I research. A lot of people use Obsidian, but if you were working on with a company, and they wouldn't allow you to do that. You would have to accept that North Korea has been blamed for this software. It's this malware has come from them, and you'd have to accept it because we're not going to pay you. If you want to do that you do it on your own, but you're not getting paid for it. And so no one will do it. Well, fuck it. If I'm not getting paid for it, I'm not going to do it then. But yeah, that's what makes me different. I do that, and who would be interested in information like that? Well, definitely not no legitimate security companies. They wouldn't want to. They should, but they wouldn't want to secure like that. But who would be interested in something like that are countries. I won't put the U.S. out there just in general, but in general, anyone that might say, yeah, that research you got about that, we want to know some more about that. You think we could, we can consult with us and everything and go a little deeper? And I got my own ethics in that, because I follow countries, the leaders, the politics, what they're doing, what they're into and what they're not into, and what, everything like that. And when I'm releasing information from myself, because, I got to be my own barometer, and I got to have my own, brain, on what I can, what I choose to release and what I don't, and how it would benefit them, and they shouldn't know. But and again, that's what the government, the agency that hired me, they knew that I had that, that's another thing that makes me unique. I got that measure where, even I've got a cutoff where, no, you don't need to know that. But my own top secret clearance, if you will. No, that's above your grade. You don't need to know that information. But yeah, that's all I want to get to with this video. It's went long enough again, and I'm sorry for another long video, guys. All you new people that have, especially that have stayed around this long to the end, um, just let me know. If you like the long videos, if you like the story digressions and stuff, and is it interesting to you? Do you get anything out of it? Whatever. But with that, I'll bid you guys adieu, and we'll see you guys in the hopefully the art video, which should kick off video number 2 in the learning series after this one. So we'll catch you guys later in that.